we ended up being de-affiliated from everything. Yeah. So I'd actually totally forgot. So when people started referring to, James Wakefield this and James Wakefield, like, he seems like a nice guy. I should chat to him sometime. And lo and behold, we had chatted. Do you want to comment on because, hang on, how to put it? That was just after I'd finished up in powerlifting. And so my perspective on everything was wildly different to yours, because I think, what you said, you started in 2016 and that was about 2 years later.
Mm.
So what did it look like to you? What was going on with the IPF and Powerlifting Australia?
Well, I mean, since then I've learned a couple of things, and we've learned things about people who were involved in making that decision.
Yeah.
My opinion a little bit, but I don't think that the underlying issues that led to PA being de-affiliated should have been issues in the first place, like the alleged extracurricular activities of people related to people who are running PA,
Mm-hmm.
or the constitutional issues that were raised, that ended up with, I think, Court of Arbitration for Sports cases, and then the IPF deciding, well, this guy's making too much trouble and we need to get rid of him. But I guess maybe they had a point that it would have been impossible to remove him without removing PA and Oceania. But yeah, it strikes me as something that should never have gotten to that point in the first place.
Yeah, okay. We definitely share that perspective of someone that was in the midst of it all and watching it develop over the years. It really was a ridiculous situation. How did that sort of then inform your opinion now over the next few years of the IPF and did you ever look at getting involved or interested in that side of the sport?
Well, I actually was involved with APU for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and with APA for a minute. And that was primarily because when APU started, the Victorian affiliate was PTC South Melbourne, and I was already friends with those guys from GPC, and they started running comps, and they needed people to help at comps. And through that, I realised that APU were very, very short of Victorian referees,
Mm-hmm.
especially because the qualification pathway that they had meant that if you wanted to do nationals, you had to compete a lot. And most of the refs were also lifters, so you had situations where there were refs there, but they were competing because they had to compete. Whereas I had no real interest in competing there, but I thought I'd give refereeing a crack. I thought that would be interesting, to see if I could ref under the IPF rules. And I think by that time, PTC South Melbourne had gotten out of APU, and Nathan Tannis was running the Victorian comps by then, and we were friends. And yeah, he needed people to help, so I helped out at his comps, and eventually qualified as an APU ref and refed a few times with APU. And then because APA then took over the IPF affiliation, I became an APA member and refed a little bit there when APA started in Victoria.
Right.